don't hear my white brothers, I don't hear my Asian brothers, the Latin brothers, I don't hear my Indian or Arab kings out here asking their woman to build them up financially. I don't hear that. In fact, in a lot of cultures around the world, you can't even marry as a man if you don't have your bread together. So why are black women being told we need to help upbuild? Why are we being told we need to ride or die? Why do we have to settle for struggle love? I don't understand it.
Let me talk to you. Yeah. Shut up, I'm talking.
Black men, you know that I love y'all. But I have a bone to pick with the ones on the internet. Why do y'all feel like black women are supposed to help you build your life? Why are black women the only group that's being asked to build men up financially? Like, I just really want men to drop down in the comments and help me understand this, because I don't hear my white brothers, I don't hear my Asian brothers, the Latin brothers, I don't hear my Indian or Arab kings out here asking their woman to build them up financially. I don't hear that. In fact, in a lot of cultures around the world, you can't even marry as a man if you don't have your bread together. So why are black women being told we need to help upbuild? Why are we being told we need to ride or die? Why do we have to settle for struggle love? I don't understand it.
What up, YouTube? I guess since I'm on the internet, I guess I can answer this question. So let's get it. Now, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I've never asked somebody to help build me up. I built my own self up. Anything I have, I built it myself. And did a pretty good job, I must say. So I'll pat myself on the back. But in regards to what she's saying, I've never heard this personally, but okay, if it's out there and you're being asked to help build a man up, there must be a reason. And I'm going to tell you what the reason is. You say you don't hear it in other cultures, them being asked to build their man up, help build a man up. You know why? Because there's no need to ask. They already do it by default. They don't leave their men hanging like a lot of us black people do. A lot of you black women in that percentage will love to leave your black man hanging. But in the same breath, you can't say, oh, we love our black men, we cherish our black men, we protect our black men. And then in that same breath, or the next one, you're gonna come up here and ask this question about, oh, but why are we being asked to? Now you know why. Because other cultures, they don't have to ask, they just do. In this culture, you have to ask. That's a damn shame. If you look at the other cultures, they're in there with that person, building each other up, to tell you the truth. One hand washes the other. That's what they're doing. In the black culture, no, it's every man for themselves. And that's the problem. So instead of asking the question, why are we being asked? Why don't you just by default, just jump in and help? It's not struggle love when you're both working towards a common goal. And if you're working together, the struggle is much less. I feel like I've had this conversation before, or I've said this type of scenario in another video. I don't know, it's kind of weird. I think I'm having this deja vu moment right now, but yeah, that's what it is. Let's continue.
And all of this is coming from, I saw a post the other day of a woman who has 2 successful businesses. She makes over $200,000 a year. And she simply said she would like for her man to make equal or more than she makes. And not the comments trying to eat this lady up for having standards. Oh, you won't help a black man build. You're only here for his money. You only value men for their money. No, she didn't say that. She said, I would just like an equal partner. Is that wrong?
Let me just say this in regards to what she said. If you're trying to find someone that's equal, because there's nothing wrong with finding a person that's equal or higher than where you are, that's fine. But the problem is, can you find a person that's equal or higher to where you are? Because the average person is nowhere near where she is. So now you kind of understand why they say helping to build the person up to where you are. Because you can't find a person that's on your level if there's nobody on your level. If your level is too high, chances are it's gonna be less people for you to find at that level. So now I can see why a person would say, oh yeah, well, if you want somebody on your level, you might have to build somebody or bring somebody to your level. And that's not a bad thing if you pick the right person to do it with. See, in other cultures, somehow they manage to find the right person to do it with. But in our culture, somehow y'all seem to pick the same dudes named Pookie and Ray Ray. Same ones. And then complain about it later, like you are right now, on the internet.
For someone to want their equal, for her to not want to ride and die while you struggle and put your shit together. Because here's the thing that y'all aren't realizing. Couple things. One is Black women are statistically among some of the most highest educated and highly paid people in this country. Okay? So we worked hard. One. Number two, though, we are also highly domestic. So for all these podcasts talking about, oh, modern women are so masculine and they don't want to cook and clean. Baby, Black women are working, cooking, cleaning, raising the kids, and busting it open on a handstand. Don't say that, because we definitely are.
Pause. Hold up. Listen, women get on these podcasts and they say they ain't cooking and they ain't cleaning, and definitely for no man, okay? So, if they don't want to cook and clean now, and we can exclude the man in this one, they don't want to cook and clean now, you think when they make the money, they're gonna all of a sudden start to cook and clean then? That's oxymoronic. There's no way in hell that a woman's gonna start cooking and cleaning when she's making six figures, high six figures. She ain't gonna wanna do that. So for you to say, we'll be out here cooking and cleaning and busting it open, no. I've done a previous video where a lady has said out her own mouth, she outsources that. She ain't cooking. She not cleaning. There's no way in heck she's doing that stuff. So a lot of your women think the same. So when one or two of y'all say that, guaranteed there's a percentage of y'all that follow suit. So don't come up here with that, you be cooking and cleaning. No. When y'all make that money, y'all start to change up and outsource. And if you wasn't making the money and wasn't trying to do it then, guess what? You're not gonna do it now after you making the big bucks.
I'm a very domestic woman, okay? And I am also highly paid. So let's not act like that type of woman doesn't exist. But the problem is, y'all wanna use us for the ascend. I know 3 Black girls right now who got taken for 20 G's by the dudes they were with. $20,000 US. And these dudes jumped up and left. Lost the money, fucked the money up, stole from their credit cards. Why? Because they were financially stable.
So let me get this right. You know 3 women that got taken by 3 men. Okay, great. And I know 2 men that have got taken by 2 women. Okay, so you acting like it only happens on one side of the fence. Ma'am, women have been taking men for their resources for decades. Why are we even having this conversation? This shouldn't even be a point in this conversation. Y'all do this all the time. Y'all take money from men on the regular. Y'all target men on the regular. Men have built up women and had the same thing happen to them. Hell, they've gotten into marriage and got taken to the cleaners. So what you're saying is a point that shouldn't even have been brought up. You can skip that point right there. Because 3 women don't even add up to a percentage of anything. You have to know a whole lot more than that. And even then, it won't trump what men have been through, getting taken to the cleaners by women. But proceed.
And they settled for this struggle love and the riding. I also know women who have been with men who didn't have anything, built them up, and as soon as they got on, guess what they did? Leave. So this life that you were promised after he got all built up, you no longer have. And you know what makes me sad about it is Black women are called masculine and, oh, you focus too much on your careers and blah, blah, blah. Well, how would we focus on anything else if 1, we have to help Black men with the money, and number 2, if we know that y'all will peace out once you get the money, the only thing we have to stand on is the money. Do you see? It's wild. It's infuriating. Black women should not have to shoulder being a man, right? There's only masculine energy coming from Black women because we have to do your job. We don't want to do your job. We want to do our job and chill and be women and be happy. Not all this riding and the dying. We don't want to die. We don't. We want to live good lives. So please let us do that.
First of all, your masculine energy ain't coming from doing our job and ain't coming from us. It's coming from your parents or your mother telling you you need to work and build yourself up to make a certain amount of money so that you could do this, that, and the third. So you can have a good education, live a good life. They told you to do that. It had nothing to do with men. Y'all did that because y'all were raised to do that. That's what y'all were taught to do. Now, a man comes into your life. Yes, some men, they're not on the level that you're going to get to if you already went to school and got the job and got the money. Yes. But you know what? You should be able to see certain men and know that, it's okay if I help him get to a level where I'm at. You can't just assume that any man that you help is going to up and bounce, because there are people out here who have helped men get to that level and they're still together. Matter of fact, they're married and thriving and still building more. So you can't just assume when you see a man, oh, by the way, he's probably going to take me for my resources, so I might as well just, not get with him and just keep on doing what I'm doing for myself and find somebody on my level. When your level is too high for the average man to get to anyway. So, if all the good men, or a lot of the good men, are below your level, what do you do? What do? You just leave them alone? You just stay single? Or you keep looking further up or on your level to find that person where the percentage of you finding that person on that level is low as hell? Come on, let's be real. 200,000, 300,000, your education, all that background and all that stuff that you're, highly educated, all that stuff hampers you from finding the man that you want. It's not a positive, it's a negative. It's a detriment to you actually finding somebody. Because now the men that you're looking for are probably not on your level and probably not above your level. And since you're on a certain level and there are people above you on a higher level, not all people on the higher level are looking down to your level. You don't even know what level they're looking on. So you're kind of caught up in a problem. You're kind of caught up in a limbo situation if you think about it. You can't go but so far up because they might not be even looking at you, but you don't want to look too far down because that's below your level. So now what? See, therein lies the problem. You've heard wrong, you've been taught wrong, and now you can't unlearn it. And anything that you've accomplished, anything below what you've accomplished, is settling and struggling and everything else y'all could think of that people have told you it is, which it isn't. So now what you gonna do? Then you gotta figure that out. Now, if y'all could find and vet these men a little better and stop shopping in the same stores where everybody else shops for these same people, maybe you would do just a little bit better. And I'm only talking to those percentage of women, not all women, just that percentage of women that do these things. Y'all would do better if you kind of didn't have your standards so far high. But we ain't gonna keep telling you this. Either you're gonna learn or you're not. But all I could do as a person on the internet is relay the word to you. And what you do with it falls upon you.